Imagine walking into a room, handing over your entire identity, and knowing that from this second on, every single thing you do is a secret you carry alone. Most people think working for the CIA is like a movie. They picture cool gadgets, high-speed chases, and instant glory. But the reality is a brutal grind where 90% of people break down and quit before they ever see real action. Right now, someone is sitting in their room, scrolling through a vague job listing, having no idea that clicking one button is about to cost them their normal life, their peace of mind, and every relationship they will ever have. Level 1 starts as the applicant. You are sitting in your apartment on a late Tuesday night, staring at your laptop screen. You have a degree, you speak a couple of languages, and you have sent out dozens of resumes with 0 responses. Then you land on a plain government webpage offering a role with no salary listed, no office location, and just a single button that says apply. You spend hours typing in every address you have lived at since turning 18, every country you have ever visited, and every friend you have ever made. You hit submit and forget about it. 4 months later, your phone rings from a blocked number. A calm voice asks if you can travel for a preliminary interview. You show up to an unmarked building where a man in a blazer asks you personal questions for 3 straight hours. He is testing your adaptability, your stress limits, and your ability to keep your composure under pressure. Then comes the polygraph test, where heart monitors and sensors track your every breath while a tester fires uncomfortable questions at you. 6 weeks later, a final call comes through. You are accepted. You are told to tell your family you got a basic government desk job, pack your bags, and cut your ties. Your old life is officially over. Level 2 makes you a trainee. You are sent to a massive, isolated training facility surrounded by dense woods and heavy security. For 18 months, this site is your whole world. You wake up before sunrise, running until your lungs burn, before sitting in classrooms learning high-stakes tradecraft. This is the art of moving through the world completely undetected. You learn how to spot a tail, noticing if the same person from your morning coffee shop suddenly appears 3 miles away on a street corner. You learn how to slip into a busy mall, cut through service doors, change your jacket, and vanish into a waiting car. You learn how to photograph sensitive files in seconds, how to leave hidden messages in public parks without looking back, and how to use subtle chalk marks to signal contacts. But the hardest skill you learn is recruitment, how to read human psychology, find someone's personal pressure points, and convince them to share protected information. The instructors play the role of hostile security teams trying to catch you. If you get caught 3 times, you are kicked out. The failure rate here hits 40% because most people discover they just cannot handle the mental burden of living a constant double life. Level 3 is where you become a case officer. And this is where most people completely fall apart. You get posted to an overseas embassy under a fake cover title. On paper, you are just a regular analyst writing boring reports. In reality, your main goal is finding people who have access to high-level information. You study their habits, learn their financial struggles, and find out what keeps them up at night. Your first real assignment takes 7 long months. You target a mid-level official whose family desperately needs financial help for a medical emergency. You build a friendship, offer support, and slowly transition that relationship into asking for sensitive documents. The moment you use someone's personal desperation to get what you need, the moral weight hits you like a brick. You realize you are no longer playing a game. This exact pressure, the constant lying, the isolation, and the heavy guilt is the exact reason why rank number 3 is the ultimate wall where the majority of officers give up and walk away. Level 4 takes the few, who survive into non-official cover. You are stripped of your embassy protection, your diplomatic safety nets, and any official ties to your home country. If you get caught here, no one is coming to claim you. You live under a completely fabricated identity, working at a cover company while operating completely alone in deep territory. Every interaction is theater, every friendship is strategic, and the isolation becomes your second skin. Level 5 pushes you into the high-threat world of specialized operations. After a narrow escape in a foreign territory compromises your original identity, you are pulled out of standard field work and reassigned to the division that handles crisis zones where official presence is completely denied. You undergo months of the most grueling tactical training on Earth. You learn advanced navigation, high-altitude parachute jumps, evasive driving, and extreme survival skills. Your instructors are former elite military operators who only care about one thing: whether you can keep your head cool when everything around you falls apart. Your first deployment puts you in a territory with no backing and no backup. You spend weeks moving between temporary safe houses, tracking high-value targets, and making quick decisions in high-stress environments. You live with the constant weight of knowing that one small mistake costs real lives. You take home no public honors, no recognition, and no stories you can ever share over dinner. When you return home, your friends and family notice you flinch at sudden noises and stare at exits, but you can never explain why. Level 6 makes you a team leader. Now, you are no longer just looking out for yourself, you are responsible for the lives of an entire unit. Every decision you make determines whether your team comes back or stays behind. You are deployed into a collapsing region torn apart by instability. Your team operates mostly at night, switching locations every 48 hours to avoid detection, trying to track down dangerous materials before they fall into hostile hands. You deal with informants who might be giving you real intelligence or leading you straight into an ambush. When a midnight operation goes wrong and your convoy gets hit on the way out, you have to drag a teammate through the dark while under fire just to reach the extraction point. You save who you can, but you lose people too. Afterward, you have to write letters to grieving families, filling the pages with vague lies because the real story is classified forever. That responsibility changes you in ways you can never fix. Level 7 elevates you to Station Chief. After 15 years in the field, your body is completely battered. Your joints ache from bad landings, your ears ring constantly from close calls, and the physical toll forces you out of active field work. As Chief of Station, you become the top authority in an entire foreign country. Every operation, every informant, and every piece of incoming data goes through your desk. You meet with ambassadors, negotiate with local authorities, and sign off on high-risk plans that could spark international crises if they fail. You work 20-hour days on 4 hours of sleep. By this point, your personal life is completely gone. Your marriage ended years ago, your kids barely know you, and the few people who love you only know the fake cover version of your personality. You aren't even sure who you really are anymore. Level 8 brings you all the way back to headquarters as Division Chief. You walk past the memorial wall in the main lobby, looking at the silent stars carved into white marble representing colleagues who never made it back, some of whom died executing plans you designed. You manage massive global budgets and direct hundreds of officers worldwide. You sit in closed-door meetings with top leaders, advising on operations that will never see the light of day. You answer tough questions from oversight committees, giving answers that are legally precise but carefully incomplete, giving everyone involved the layer of denial they want. You are running a massive machine, fully aware of the human cost at every single layer. Level 9 is the Ghost. You retire after nearly 3 decades of service. There is a small, quiet ceremony in an empty room. You receive a medal that goes straight into a locked box in your closet because displaying it, or telling anyone how you earned it, is illegal. You sign documents agreeing to keep every secret until your dying day. You move into a quiet suburban home, but the transition to normal life is impossible. You can't explain the blank spots on your resume to neighbors. You check your door locks 3 times before sleeping, you sit facing the entrance in every restaurant, and you wake up at 3 in the morning scanning your empty yard for threats that aren't there. You gave up your health, your family, and your peace of mind to protect people who will never know your name. And somewhere right now, a 22-year-old kid is sitting in a dorm room, looking at that exact same job listing on a laptop, thinking it sounds like an exciting adventure. They click apply, completely unaware of the path they just started. They will learn the truth eventually. They always do.